Hi everyone and welcome to today's General Hospital Recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. Let's get right to it. And at the end of this video, I think I came up with a pretty cool thing we could do on this channel. That'll be more like longish, termish fun, but I'll talk about that at the end. So let's get right to it. At Casa Corinthos, Carly thanks NELL again for coming over and asks her to take some tests. And that seems to upset NELL a little bit because she thinks they think she's lying. And like, I don't understand why, because even if everything she says is true, there's no way to know she's Jocelyn's donor without a test. So I don't know why that took her off guard, or she took it personally. So Carly says, you know, they don't think she's lying, and Sunny's like, hey, someone already lied. And now NELL is like kind of really angry a little bit, and she says she hasn't asked for money, she hasn't asked for anything, she just wanted answers, she just wanted to help, and then she storms out. So Carly kind of goes into a little bit of a panic mode and asks Michael to go after her, and Jax is like, it's better if NELL never comes back, which again, super sketch. So Sunny keeps taking Jax's side, which is not only super weird, so I feel like it's some kind of strategy maybe so Jax isn't as suspicious of them, like continuing on this track. And I don't, again, understand why they're lecturing Carly about how NELL might not be the donor. Carly wants tests. She's not like, you're definitely the donor. So that part, like, literally doesn't make sense to me. At Perks Coffee, NELL wants, I keep getting Olympic notifications. NELL wants Michael to go away, and he wants to make it right somehow. So she's like, no. She's going through her purse so she can book a bus trip home, and she realizes she's short on cash with no ATM card. It happens. So she asked if he'd lend her like $20 and he can write down his address and she'll send it back. But again, doesn't she at least have their address she could send it back to? But anyway, that's nitpicking. I'm not here to nitpick. So that's how he can make it up to her. So Jocelyn sees her and Michael talking, and she kind of like lays in wait until Michael has to leave for a second to handle a work crisis. So Jocelyn comes over and talks to NELL, introduces herself, so now NELL knows who she is, and says she saw her at the house, or no, Jocelyn says she saw NELL at the house, and Jocelyn asks why she was there. So she seems to be trying to set Michael and NELL up, which is pretty funny. And Jocelyn and NELL match, by the way, the bright red shirt and like the long blonde hair. So Jocelyn wants to show NELL a GIF she made, and it didn't work, and NELL's familiar with this GIF app, and they make GIFs of each other. And then I just want to point out, Jocelyn and NELL both say GIF instead of GIF, and so they're officially my least favorite characters ever. Just kidding. So Jocelyn has to leave because Milo's picking her up, and at this point Michael's already come back over. So Michael says, look, NELL, I believe you. And he asks why, I don't know what I wrote. So he brings up some kind of compensation, you know, if she does turn out to be the donor, and she says she doesn't want anything. So Michael makes a compelling argument, and she seems to be worried that she's not the donor, and like this isn't gonna work out, and he says that they'll deal with that if that's the case. And I just don't understand why she wouldn't already kind of figure out that anyone would want a DNA test. That just kind of bothers me a little bit. Back at Casa Corinthos, Carly cannot stand the fact that Sunny and Jax are like ganging up on her. And Jocelyn comes in and asks why they're all fighting about her. Jax makes something up about Jocelyn staying with him, and Carly's like, but I wouldn't say no to that. And then just, I don't know, the story gets all like, oh, we were just fighting force of habit, we used to be married. So it's like, alright, whatever. And Sunny said, Jax and Jocelyn leave, and Sunny says that they have to be careful going forward. At Windermere, Finn comes over to give Hayden his condolences, and Finn doesn't think she married Nicholas for his money, and she talks about how Nicholas framed her for his murder, and she's even more angry at Nicholas now, and he sees through her a bit, that she's not all angry, there's other stuff there, and she admits parts of a part of her wants necklace there, and she doesn't know what to do, like never seeing him again and never being able to make things right, and she starts crying. And now we learn something interesting about Finn. He says he understands that kind of regret. When his wife was dying, she asked him to get a picture she had of her parents on like their 35th wedding anniversary, but he didn't want to leave her and he didn't want to take time away from the research because he really thought he could save her. So he went to work on the cure instead, and she died and he never wound up bringing the picture. So he wants to leave, but she asks how he's doing, and he says he's been able to secure a 3-month supply of his medication. So yay, that's good. At Kiki's, Morgan comes back over, but Kiki is like, she's like, Mom, I don't want to talk about this, opens the door, and it's Morgan. So he wants to know what happened after he left. She says she's mad at herself for accidentally giving Ava ammunition, and she found the medication. So Kiki tells him that she kicked Ava out, and Morgan's proud of her, and he doesn't blame Ava for getting mad at this time, but Kiki does, and he apologizes that he did this to her. So she sees growth in him, that he's taking responsibility and he's trying to see things from other people's point of view. And then of course, they sleep together, even though they're both taking medication. And I just don't think you would want to, I'm not so many Olympic notifications. But yeah, they sleep together. Morgan leaves to get food. At Ava's place, Ava returns to her penthouse and it's trashed, and she thinks Carly had something to do with it, but there's a noise in the other room, and Scott and Lucy come out, barely dressed. So I love Lucy so much, I really, really do. Oh my god, they made a show about that. So she just goes right after Ava, and Ava wants her to, Lucy wants Ava to like apologize to Scott for how she treated him, and I'm like I can't even with Lucy. She's just amazing. And Ava won't let them leave until she's done with them. So Ava says that she wasn't on vacation, like, did you see the news? And she runs down what happened, and Lucy literally could care less until Ava says that Laura and Kevin were there. Mainly Kevin. So Ava tells Lucy that Kevin was shot, and Lucy rushes off to the hospital, and Scott wants to go check on Laura. So Ava like low-key threatens Scott, and then she says she needs a friend to lean on, but it's not him. And Scott asks her if she even has any friends, and she says she cared about someone very much on her trip, but he's dead. So she says her friend was Nicholas Cassadine, very rich version. He says he's sorry for her loss and she wants him to leave. Morgan comes over and he tells Ava that he's gonna marry Kiki, and I'm like, I cannot, because now let me get to end scene and then I'll tell you how I feel. So end scene, woo! So Finn tells Hayden that if his plan works out, he should have a cure or a form of the cure by the time the 3 months is up. So then, like, I don't know, there's kind of a connection there. Like, I don't know. I don't know, right? Like, I don't know. I could like it. I think I could like it. Kiki wakes up and Morgan's not back yet, and she's like, he was just supposed to get food. Where is he? Morgan says that the more Ava pushes Kiki, the more Kiki will want to elope. So yeah, just keep going, Ava. And like, it's super manipulative, and he already has it in his mind that this wedding is a done deal, and he says that he and Kiki will always be together. And like, for him to show one side to Kiki of this growth and personal responsibility, and then turn around and be I don't want to say classic Morgan, but yeah, pretty much classic Morgan to Ava, it feels very possessive of Kiki, like when he got her to marry him the first time, and I'm not liking it at all. Not at all. So Jocelyn takes Jax to Perks. She tells him that she met Nell and she'd be perfect for Michael, and unfortunately she's leaving Port Charles, so R.I.P. So Carly wants Sonny to use his ways to bring Nell back if Michael can't, and then Michael and Nell come back in, and Carly like immediately apologizes to her for everything that happened when Nell first came to the house. And she tells them that Nell tells them that she spoke to Jocelyn, but she didn't say anything about the transplant, but she gets it and she's gonna get the test done. So yay, woo! Thank you so much for watching today's recap. I don't know what we're voting on by the end, for the end of this week. So if you have suggestions, let me know in the comments. And also, I kind of had an idea, because I kind of always make a joke about how there's like a new baby every year for the past few years. So what if we did kind of just an unofficial fun like pool where like you pick a date that you think a new baby is going to be announced, and then we see who gets the closest this time next year. I don't know, I think it could be fun, and also like maybe a next wedding, a next couple, like I don't know, stuff like that we've seen kind of reoccurring. It could be fun. I don't know. No, just putting it out there. But I will see you tomorrow. I should be the later time, but I'll let you know. So I'll see you tomorrow, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.